Road to CES, very excited for it. I think this is, gosh, for me, going on almost 15, 20 years of going back to CES. One, from a personal standpoint, I'm always excited to see the newest technologies. And from a business standpoint, it's great to be able to get clients out who I think they're always looking for the next wave of technology. For Xaxis this year, we're hosting an event called the Programmatic 401, which is going to be phenomenal. We have Martin's actually going to be speaking at it. Erwin's going to be at the event as well. And there's going to be three topics that we're focusing on. One is universal ID. I think there's been a lot of discussion around that topic. What is it? Does it matter? How do our clients and brands actually be able to utilize this type of technology? And the next is where do we sit with broadcast and addressability? I think it's a topic you obviously cover quite extensively, but are we there yet? Can we play an addressable? And I think, much as last year we just talked about was the year of mobile, right? And we actually did quite well with it. I think we're going to see significant strides this year in addressable, especially in the broadcast space. One thing that'll never change is audiences. It'll always be at the center of what we do. So no matter where we go or how we think, we'll always be thinking audiences first. But I think one of the big changes this year is we'll focus more on experiences. Where, when you look at programmatic or think about it, we haven't put much thought about what is the experience of the user. If you look around our building here, you'll see that our mission is to make advertising welcome. To do that, experiences have to be at the core of that, which is, how do I make it more interactive? How do I actually bring dynamic creative to, whether it be video or to mobile or to display? How do I actually make sure that the messaging or the sequencing between display, broadcast, and through mobile is on the right pacing, the right message at the right time? All things that we're able to push or think about this year. And I also think this year, when we look to see where we're going to go, is I think you'll also see more of client focus. When we thought about programmatic, we've always looked at the other side of it, which is, great, here's what the technology is. What we haven't really focused on is what does this actually mean to clients. So trading on 100% viewable is always going to be a core of the way that we go about the business. Looking at client results to be able to show things like closed loop analytics. Actually looking to see how we're able to drive revenue and having client interface with that, because the technology's there, but the biggest difference is how do you give clients a dashboard and the insight to be able to utilize what is this phenomenal technology boom. I don't think we've done enough of that, which is, okay, here's what it is, and here's how it moves your business. That'll be a major focus for us this year.
And Brian, last question, not to get too deep in the weeds, but interoperability, the tech stacks. You guys, you have a close alliance with AppNexus.
Sure.
There's some other very big players that are growing. How does interoperability work? What are the challenges, and how do you guys work in this sort of new world?
It's massive. I think the way to think about it is, if you look at audiences, right, the first thing is we have our own DMP, but we'll be interoperable with any of our clients' DMP. So whether they're using Oracle or Adobe, those are partnerships that we have and we want to be able to work with. The same is true with inventory, where regardless of where the inventory is, if it's viewable and it's highly sought after, whether that inventory be on YouTube, whether that be inventory on Roku or on an NBC, or whether that be on the mobile web, or whether it be display, we want to have those inventory relationships. And we want to be able to bring our intelligence to them regardless of the platform. So the way when we think about interoperability, at least in my world, is I want to be a world without walls, right? I want to be able to access the Googles of the world and other inventory sources and bring our intelligence to them. And then if I think about in terms of the technology stack that we use, there's certain advantages. We have, gosh, just in the US alone, 70 traders. Having them to try to understand how to work with 15 DSPs probably wouldn't be appropriate, but allowing them the best of breed of the technologies to be able to work with makes sense, and we want to make sure that they have some expertise at that.